The hardest part of being in this phase of life, especially in your 40s and beyond, is that you start to realize that your patience for nonsense is starting to shrink incredibly fast. At this point in time, if you're in your early 40s, your mid 40s, or even in your 50s, you've committed anywhere from 20 to 30 years of your life engaged in being a responsible human being. Whether you're doing your 9 to 5, or you're engaged in getting education, or you're taking care of your family, you're paying your bills, you're abiding by the law, you're doing all the things that you were told that these actions determine your validity as a man in society and also puts you in a space of being responsible. But then you realize throughout that whole entire time, you are being responsible for somebody else and not necessarily yourself. What do I mean by that? You're taking care of other people, whether it's a spouse, children, your own family, your friends, but you're taking care of other people. If you're gainfully employed, you're going to work and you're doing your job, but in all reality, you're a steward for someone else's property, someone else's business, someone else's profession, and in many cases, someone else's future. Your boss gets to be who and do what they want because you do your job really well. So they get to keep their job. You do what you need to do, someone else will benefit from it. Yes, there's some benefit to you, but often that benefit is not abundant enough or big enough to really satisfy your need, your wants, and those things that drive you. Often we just do it because we go into automation. Wake up, go to work, do what you gotta do, pay your bills, take care of family. You do all these things over and over and over and over and over again. And one day you wake up and you realize your youth is fading. The one thing that's interesting about youth is youth doesn't necessarily mean just being young, your younger years, but your life force, your energy, the things that drive you, the things that sustains you starts to wane. You're not as energetic, you're not as strong, you're not as healthy. Even your mind is not as sharp as it once was because you've atrophied. You've atrophied. Just like muscles starting to weaken for lack of use. When you do the same thing over and over again, your body gets used to it. That's what happens. It's hard to find the strength to do anything other than just maintain what you know. It's often said that men live lives of quiet desperation. Men live lives of quiet desperation. We stay quiet and we just take it. We do what we must do because we're told this is what a man is. I beg to differ. I think it's important that you make it very clear to those around you who you are. Even if you don't know who you are, make it clear that you're searching for that person. Like a missing person on the back of a milk carton, you're searching for who you are. And if you happen to find the trail to lead to who you are, and ultimately who you are, if you don't already know who you are, you have to make sure you understand that you only have but a finite amount of time on this planet to make sure that that person that you are is maximized. The things that you do, the things that you say, the things that you create, the impact you leave on this world, that it is seen, it is heard, and you are satisfied. No longer should you just function every day just to function, to see another day, versus taking a day and maximizing it, discovering things about yourself, things about this world, finding ways to make the world a better place because you existed, not to exist to make someone else's life just better, despite yours. Stop doing that. Live the life that you were meant to live. And if you don't know what that life is, start hunting. Don't search, hunt for it. Yes, this conversation was started with me speaking in the masculine, but this applies to everyone. Men, women, children, the elderly, the young. We have to remember that we were put on here to fulfill purpose. And purpose is not what society says purpose is. Purpose is a thing that was put into you by creation, so you can play your part in creation. That part that was only meant for you to engage in, to build from. So no more just living every day for the purpose of satisfying the needs of other human beings that were created just like you to come into this world to fulfill purpose. No more just fulfilling others' purpose, but rather fulfill your purpose so that those who are connected to you, those who love you, have a blueprint to fulfill theirs.